Hello, and welcome to Arrow to the Knee Productions. We'd like to welcome you to our forming stage, where we will be telling you about our group and how we could be, should be, and will be. We hope that this presentation gives you some enlightenment to your own team. Enjoy!
The first contact with your team is paramount in organizing them for the projects ahead. It is important to give each other all of your contact information. When you do this, be sure to list your contact information in preferred order, so that your team knows which ways are the best to contact you. They also need to know when you are available for each form of contact, if applicable. Equally important is to give everyone your full availability.
Casual meetings can be a great way of getting your team acquainted. Try to hold at least one meeting a week where your team has time to share interests and hobbies in a relaxed environment. By doing this, you can help to reduce off-topic conversation in other meetings, as well as increase the level of comfort between teammates.
When scheduling your first team meeting, it is important to schedule it as soon as possible. The sooner you get everybody together, the better. And schedule as many as possible during the week. The more you work together as a team, the better your end results are going to be. And remember to schedule your next team meeting at the end of each team meeting. That way everybody has a say and everyone's on the same page.
When you first meet, you also need to decide how you will work together in the future. It is good to experiment with different communication tools to find which suits your team best. When you figure out what works, you need to make sure every team member understands so that communication doesn't suffer. Skype is great for real-time voice and text chat, whereas Wigio was designed around organizing teams and is good for task management and scheduling. There are a couple of effective tools out there for sharing your team's work. Google Docs allows your team to all work on an assignment at the same time. It also allows for them to type into a sidebar, allowing for discussion and chat without ever leaving the document. Dropbox is a great cloud-enabled file sharing service. Beyond the file sharing, it will save old copies of assignments in case they were accidentally deleted or the files got corrupted.
By now, every member should know each other's emails and any other information. If a meeting is being held, a deadline needs to be acknowledged, or any other information that needs to be given is required by each member to inform the whole group. From after the information has been sent, it is crucial that each member to reply to the sender acknowledging that they have received and understood the message.
Being prepared for your team meeting is important. Creating an agenda and sticking to the agenda are crucial for productivity. But it's also important to save some time for socialization at the end of the meeting, just to get ideas flowing and to cover any points missed.
Our team suffered from a few unproductive meetings early on, due to a lack of structure. By not defining our goals and roles within the group early on, we often performed a lot of overlapping tasks, or regularly wandered off topic. As Ben Franklin said, by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail.
Building structure your first week as a team is difficult. Two things to aid you in this process are organizing your team meetings, have your agenda, your times, everybody on the same page, and to have your assigned roles as a team and to not deviate from those roles. It's okay to ask each other questions and confirmations, but remember your role and stick to it.
We've all learned that developing trust is an essential need of a successful team. However, with such a small window to build this trust, it is actually easier to place trust in your teammates by default. If they fall through, then you make adjustments. You'll still save more time by taking this leap of faith.
A great deal of time, team members have mental blocks that are either to do inside or outside the group. But a little thing like that should not slow you down. If there's something bothering you, all you need to do is ask for help. Talk to somebody about it privately on neutral grounds. Don't be afraid of taking any kind of risks, because you never know how things will turn out until you try. Team members need to know that you can be accountable for anything. Knowing who you are within the group gives the team the opportunity to make decisions as to a team of what needs to be focused on first. Not everyone will agree on the same thing, but voting for the majority sometimes is the better solution to come up with the conclusion.
When you build your team's charter, you are laying out the foundation for the rest of the project. It lets your team know what to do and what is expected of them. It also lets them know when it is expected, where to expect it at, and how it is expected to look. Beyond just expectations, it lets team members know what they will get out of the project. After the charter, the team members will understand the mission, their roles, and their responsibilities.
People have problems. Teams get problems. And knowing the problem is the first step to solving it. It is wise to discuss these problems within the team on neutral grounds or with the instructor if things are still not too well.
If your team can't come up with a solution, don't let yourself stay stuck. It can be scary to admit when you're having trouble, but you can't be afraid to ask for further instruction or clarification. Sometimes you just want confirmation you're doing things right. Seek it out. Receiving this can boost morale and improve productivity.
In order to ensure the highest quality of work from each team member, it is important to limit the amount of tasks that they must take on each week. It is also helpful to assign tasks to those with the appropriate skill sets. By doing so, you should increase the quality of work per team member as well as the overall project.
Now that your team has all done their part, it is time to turn that work into one solid project. Work together to find out how the pieces best fit together, what needs to be changed, and even what can be added. Once it appears to be one cohesive project, assign an editor. This person will be the one with the best spelling and grammar correction abilities. After that, have everyone go through the project one more time. Everyone should contribute something to that final polishing of the project. Through all of this, make sure to never miss the deadline.
As a group project, everyone's feedback matters. Ample time should be given so that each team member can go over the project and agree on the finalized project before it is submitted. At this time, it might also be a good idea to go over proper turn-in procedures, naming conventions, and formats to ensure that each team member gets proper credit.
The most important thing to remember is to have fun. If your team is bored, they will lose motivation and hurt productivity. Try to mix things up with your assignments. If you can put a twist on them, you'll be able to get excited. Remember, we're all here to make games. It's all about fun.